Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, get ready to discover the story and hidden value behind the United States $quarter coin Connecticut 1788 to 1999 p, a coin that's not only artistic, but in certain rare forms, can be worth a fortune in today's collector market. Released in 1999, this was one of the very first coins in the U.S. Mint's revolutionary 50-state quarters program. It honors the state of Connecticut, which joined the Union in 1788. But what makes this coin instantly recognizable and unforgettable is its stunning reverse design, the legendary charter oak tree. This isn't just any tree. It's a powerful symbol of American independence and Connecticut's fight to protect its colonial charter from British control. The details of the sprawling branches, the strength of the trunk, and the elegance of the layout make this one of the most admired coins in the entire state quarter series, but here's what makes this story even more exciting. While millions of Connecticut quarters were minted in Philadelphia with the P mint mark, only a small fraction have surfaced with rare mint errors and variations that have skyrocketed their value in the collector world. These coins aren't just pocket change, they're prized collectibles that could be sitting unnoticed in your coin jar or collection right now. Let's begin with one of the most valuable and thrilling errors collectors seek, the double die error. This happens when the coin design is stamped twice with a misaligned die, creating a faint doubling effect in the lettering or design details. On the Connecticut quarter, doubling has been seen in the tree's intricate branches, the words, United States of America, $quarter, and even, Connecticut, and the date 1788. If you see any shadowing, extra lines, or doubled features, you may be holding something incredibly rare and valuable. Another eye-catching error is the off-center strike, when the coin's design is misaligned from the center during minting. Some Connecticut quarters have been discovered with noticeable off-center errors where part of the tree or inscription is cut off. These kinds of coins immediately attract collectors who love bold, dramatic minting mistakes that are instantly visible, and that uniqueness boosts their market value. Keep an eye out for the struck-through error as well. This occurs when a foreign object, like a piece of cloth, grease, or thread, interferes during the minting process. The result is a blurred, distorted, or ghosted area on the coin, often in the design or lettering. A Connecticut quarter with a visible struck-through area becomes a one-of-a-kind collectible, because no two are ever exactly the same. Don't overlook the more subtle but highly collectible die chip and die crack errors. These flaws happen when the die used to mint the coin begins to wear or break, creating raised lines or blobs. These errors may appear near the tree's roots, in the date, or even inside the lettering. They may seem small at first, but collectors value them because they reflect real, authentic minting imperfections that make the coin stand out in any collection. And here's the most important piece of the puzzle, the coin's condition. A Connecticut quarter with any of these rare errors, especially when it's in mint state condition like MS 65 or above, instantly becomes extremely valuable. Coins with full luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear are highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. A high-grade error coin is not just a find, it's a potential windfall. The market for these state quarters has been heating up in recent years. Serious collectors are now paying premium prices for high-grade error quarters from the early years of the state quarter program, and Connecticut is leading that charge thanks to its early release, intricate design, and impressive error history. Auction houses and online platforms have documented sales of rare Connecticut quarters for several thousands, and the right combination of condition and rarity can push the value even higher. So now is the time to search. Go through your loose change, your old quarter rolls, your childhood coin folders, and carefully inspect every Connecticut 1999 p quarter you find. Use a magnifier to study the lettering, the tree's branches, and the overall alignment. You may just uncover a detail that turns a regular coin into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery, and here comes the moment every coin hunter dreams of. One exceptional example of the Connecticut 1788 to 1999 p quarter, featuring a prominent mint error and graded in brilliant uncirculated condition, has recently been valued at an astounding $90,000. Yes, you heard that right, $90,000 for a single quarter that could still be in circulation or sitting quietly in someone's forgotten coin stash. Have you come across a Connecticut quarter that looks a little different? Maybe the tree looks off-center, the letters seem unusual, or the surface appears flawed. Don't ignore it, that could be your treasure waiting to be discovered. Drop a comment below, share your story, or ask your questions. Our growing collector community is here to help and celebrate every exciting find. Second rare coin, get ready for the incredible story behind the United States $quarter coin Washington 1889 to 2007 P, a coin that might just be hiding in your change, waiting to reveal its true worth. Released in 2007 as part of the U.S. Mint's celebrated 50 state quarters program, the Washington State Quarter pays tribute to the state's admission to the Union in 1889. What makes this coin stand out immediately is its stunning reverse design, the majestic Mount Rainier in the background and a leaping king salmon in the foreground, symbolizing the Pacific Northwest's powerful connection to nature, water, and wildlife. With "the Evergreen State" proudly inscribed, this design perfectly captures the bold and wild beauty of Washington. Now, while millions of these quarters were minted with the P mint mark in Philadelphia, only a very small number possess rare and valuable minting errors that make them incredibly desirable to collectors. These unique variations are what transform a common coin into a rare collectible, and if you have one, you might be sitting on something extremely special. One of the most important errors to look for is the double die error, one of the most famous and valuable minting mistakes in coin history. This happens when a die strikes the coin more than once in slightly different positions, creating a doubled appearance in parts of the design. On the Washington quarter, collectors have found doubling in the inscriptions like United States of America, $quarter, or even in the fish's outline and the fine waves near Mount Rainier. These doubled features are clear signs that your coin could be extremely rare and valuable. Another highly collectible variation is the off-center strike, where the image and inscriptions are struck off balance, often causing parts of the design to be missing or shifted. An off-center Washington quarter with the full date and mint mark still visible is instantly recognizable and considered a prize by collectors. This type of coin doesn't just grab attention, it grabs top dollar bids at auctions. Be sure to check for the struck-through errors as well. These occur when a foreign object, like grease or debris, gets between the die and the coin during minting. This can create a faded or blurred section of the design. A Washington quarter with a clear struck-through error is not just a flaw, it's a one-of-a-kind piece that stands out in any collection. Collectors are also keeping a close eye on die chips and die cracks, small imperfections that appear as raised bumps or jagged lines on the coin. On the Washington quarter, these are often found near the salmon's tail, Mount Rainier's edges, or in the inscriptions along the rim. These might look minor to the untrained eye, but to a seasoned collector, they're clues of rarity, and that rarity drives value sky high. Let's talk about grading. For any coin to command high prices, condition matters greatly. A Washington quarter with one of these rare minting errors, when preserved in mint state condition, especially MS 65 or higher, becomes a true standout in the coin world. Original luster, sharp design, and minimal contact marks are all factors that elevate a coin's desirability and price. Coins with both errors and high grades are the ones collectors are chasing the hardest. So what's the market saying? Auction houses and online collectors are buzzing over state quarters with certified errors, especially those from the final years of the series. The Washington State Quarter, with its nature-themed design and strong symbolism, has gained serious attention. Dealers report rising demand, and rare examples continue to set new benchmarks in value. It's the perfect time to go on a treasure hunt. Check your pocket change, roll hunt your bank finds, and revisit your coin albums. Focus on every 2007 P Washington quarter, and look closely at the salmon, the inscriptions, the mountains. Every detail counts. If anything looks off, unusual, or doubled, that's your signal to have it checked professionally. You could be staring at a small piece of metal worth more than most people would ever guess. And now, for the moment that makes collectors' hearts race, one extraordinary example of the United States $quarter coin Washington 1889 to 2007 P, featuring a remarkable error and certified in brilliant mint state condition, has been valued in the numismatic market at a jaw-dropping $70,000. Yes, you heard that right, $70,000 for a single quarter that could still be circulating or quietly resting in a drawer somewhere. Have you come across a Washington quarter that looks different? Have you found any mint errors or coins that just feel unique? Don't keep it to yourself, share it with our amazing collector community in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your finds, your questions, and your passion for collecting coins that tell America's story. Third expensive coin, we shine a spotlight on the United States $quarter coin Utah 1896 to 2007 P, a coin that's more than just metal, it's a tribute to innovation and culture. And in rare cases, this coin can be worth tens of thousands of dollars to the right collector. Issued in 2007, the Utah quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's legendary 50-state quarters program, and it proudly commemorates Utah's entry into the Union in 1896. What makes this coin stand out instantly is its reverse design, two golden spike locomotives facing each other, representing the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad at Promontory Summit. The design captures the moment that changed America forever by linking the East to the West with a powerful railway. Beneath it, you'll see the iconic phrase, "Crossroads of the West." It's not just a coin, it's a story in your hand, but for collectors, this coin offers more than just beautiful design and historical significance. Among the millions minted in Philadelphia bearing the P mint mark, a small handful were struck with remarkable errors that make them highly valuable and incredibly desirable in the coin collecting world. These rare variations have become the center of attention among serious numismatists and collectors who understand the hidden worth of these modern treasures. One of the most exciting and profitable errors found on this coin is the double die error. This occurs when the die strikes the coin twice with slight misalignment, creating a doubled effect on parts of the design or text. On the Utah quarter, doubling has been found in areas like United States of America, $quarter, or even in the fine details of the locomotives, tracks, and smoke plumes. These coins are rare, easy to miss, and extremely valuable when discovered, especially in mint state condition. Another key error to look for is the off-center strike, a minting mistake where the coin design is not aligned with the planchet. This results in part of the image or text being cut off or pushed toward the edge. Utah quarters with noticeable off-center strikes are rare and instantly catch the eye of collectors who are always on the hunt for dramatic errors that tell a unique story. These coins often fetch high prices, especially when both the date and mint mark remain visible. Also worth your attention are struck-through errors, which happen when a foreign object, like a piece of grease or cloth, interferes with the die during the striking process. This can leave part of the coin's design looking blurred, faint, or incomplete. A struck-through Utah quarter is a rare find, and no two are ever exactly the same, making each coin with this error a one-of-a-kind collectible that stands out in any collection. Don't forget about the subtle but collectible die chips and die cracks, small raised bumps or lines caused by stress or wear on the minting dies. These have been seen near the rails, on the trains, or even along the rim. They might look small to the average eye, but for collectors, they're signs of rarity and authenticity, details that increase a coin's value significantly, especially when found in well-preserved condition. Condition, of course, plays a crucial role in determining a coin's final value. Even a rare error won't reach its full potential if the coin is heavily worn. That's why coins in mint state, especially MS-65 and higher, are the ones that truly excite collectors and dealers alike. A Utah quarter with a visible error and a top-grade finish, strong luster, no scratches, and sharp details, becomes a premium collectible that commands attention at auctions and private sales. Collectors across the country have already taken note of the Utah quarter's growing demand. Rare examples with confirmed errors have surfaced in coin shows, online auctions, and dealer inventories, selling for thousands of dollars and more. As awareness of these hidden treasures grows, the interest in them continues to rise. The Utah quarter, with its historic theme and powerful design, is quickly becoming a favorite among collectors of modern U.S. coins. So, here's the big question: have you checked your change lately? Have you gone through your quarter rolls or coin albums? If you come across a Utah 1896 to 2007 P quarter, take the time to look at every detail. Inspect the trains, the tracks, the lettering, and the rims. Use a magnifying glass and check for signs of doubling, misalignment, or imperfections. You might just be holding a coin that's worth far more than 25 cents, and now comes the part every collector dreams of: a verified Utah 2007 P quarter, struck with a rare mint error and certified in mint state condition, was recently valued by coin experts at a staggering $50,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $50,000 for a single quarter that might be sitting quietly in a coin jar, waiting for someone to discover its true worth. If you found a Utah quarter with unusual features or want help identifying a possible error, share your story in the comments below. Our community is filled with passionate collectors ready to help, celebrate, and guide each other through the thrilling world of coin collecting. Your discovery could be the next big feature in a future video. Especially, we're talking about the incredible United States $quarter coin Florida 1845 to 2004 D, a modern coin with a fascinating story, iconic design, and hidden treasures that can be worth thousands, and in rare cases, tens of thousands of dollars. So listen carefully and stay with us as we explore everything that makes this Florida quarter an absolute must-have for collectors. Released in 2004 as part of the U.S. Mint's hugely popular 50-state quarters program, the Florida quarter was designed to honor the Sunshine State's unique history and cultural legacy. The reverse of this coin is truly a sight to behold, featuring a Spanish galleon sailing into the ocean, a space shuttle soaring into orbit, and a bold image of the sabal palm, Florida's state tree. These elements together symbolize Florida's past, present, and future, from its early explorations to its key role in space exploration. It's not just beautiful, it's brilliant in its symbolism, but here's the part that turns excitement into obsession for coin collectors. While millions of these quarters were minted in Denver and carry the D mint mark, a very small number were struck with rare and highly valuable mint errors. And those are the coins that are making headlines and setting records at coin shows and auctions across the country. Let's start with the most exciting kind of error, the double die. This happens when the coin is struck more than once by the die, and if misaligned, it creates a visible doubling effect on parts of the design. For the Florida quarter, doubling has been found on key areas like the word Florida, the phrase Gateway to Discovery, and even the rigging on the ship or the flames trailing the shuttle. These double die coins are stunning to look at, unmistakable to trained eyes, and extremely valuable to collectors who know what to look for. Then there's the off-center strike, one of the most dramatic and visually obvious mint errors. In these coins, the design is shifted, sometimes so far that parts of the image or lettering are missing from the coin altogether. If your Florida quarter has this kind of error, especially with the date and mint mark still visible, you may have a true collector's prize on your hands. Another fascinating type of error is the struck-through error, which happens when foreign material like grease or debris gets between the die and the planchet during minting. This can leave blurred, faded, or ghostly sections in the coin's design. Imagine a coin where half the space shuttle appears to vanish or where a portion of the ship seems melted. Those are highly desirable pieces that spark bidding wars among collectors. Also keep your eyes open for die cracks and die chips. These small but significant flaws occur when the minting dies begin to wear or break, leading to raised lines or blobs on the surface of the coin. For the Florida quarter, these may appear around the palm fronds, along the edges of the ship, or near the rim. Though subtle, these kinds of errors are key indicators of rarity, and they absolutely add value, but remember, no error can shine unless the coin is in excellent condition. That's why mint state grading is so important. A Florida 2004 D quarter with any of these rare errors, if it's also in MS 65 condition or higher, becomes a true masterpiece. Collectors and investors alike pay top dollar for coins with full luster, strong strike, and absolutely no signs of wear. The better the condition, the more your coin is worth. The Florida State Quarter has gained significant attention over the past few years. Collectors are increasingly drawn to the coin's powerful design, its connection to U.S. history and spaceflight, and the growing number of rare error examples surfacing in auctions and private sales. As demand rises, the number of available high-grade, error-containing Florida quarters continues to shrink, and that drives prices even higher. Now is the perfect time to check your collection. Go through your old change, search your coin rolls, and carefully inspect every 2004 Florida quarter you come across. Use a magnifying glass, look for doubling, off-center alignment, surface distortion, and die flaws. You might just uncover a coin that transforms your collection, or even your financial future, and here's the part that truly shows how valuable this quarter can be: a genuine Florida 1845 to 2004 quarter, with a prominent error and certified in exceptional mint state condition, was recently valued at an astonishing $60,000. Yes, that's $60,000 for a single quarter that could be sitting in your coin jar right now. Have you found a Florida quarter that looks a little off? Maybe the design looks unusual or the details aren't quite right? Share your discoveries in the comments below. We want to hear your stories. And if you have questions, ask away. Our growing community of collectors is here to support you and help uncover the secrets behind your coins. Next coin, get ready for a deep dive into the story, value, and hidden treasures of the United States $quarter coin District of Columbia 2009 a modern coin that's quickly becoming a favorite among collectors and investors alike. This quarter was released in 2009 as part of the District of Columbia and U.S. Territories Quarters program, a special follow-up to the popular 50-state quarters series. Unlike state quarters, this program honored areas of the United States that aren't states but are still full of rich history, like Washington, D.C. The reverse design of this quarter features the legendary jazz pianist Duke Ellington, seated proudly beside his name and a piano, with the motto, "Justice for All," inscribed below. It's the first U.S. coin to feature an African American alone and by name, making it not only a collectible piece of art, but a historic symbol of cultural progress. But for sharp-eyed collectors, this quarter offers even more than heritage and design. Among the millions of 2009 District of Columbia quarters minted in Philadelphia with the P mint mark, a limited number contain rare and valuable minting errors that can send their value skyrocketing. And these are the coins we're going to focus on today, the ones that could turn a simple find into a once-in-a-lifetime payday. One of the most exciting errors to watch for is the double die error. This occurs when the die imprints the design twice, slightly misaligned, causing doubling on parts of the coin. For the DC quarter, collectors have reported doubling on the words District of Columbia, Justice for All, and even on Duke Ellington's name. If you notice slight shadows or double outlines on your coin, you might be looking at a rare double die, and that can mean serious value. Another highly collectible error is the off-center strike. This error happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting, leaving the design shifted and sometimes partially cut off. A District of Columbia quarter struck 5% to 15% off-center, especially with the full date and mint mark visible, is a dream find. These striking errors grab attention and sell fast, often for impressive sums. Don't overlook the struck-through errors either, they're dramatic and extremely collectible. These occur when a foreign substance like grease or debris gets between the die and the coin, leaving part of the design blurry or missing. Imagine Duke Ellington's piano fading into the surface or his name partially vanishing. These kinds of one-of-a-kind defects are rare, and they drive collectors wild with interest. Also be on the lookout for die chips and die cracks, small but significant flaws that occur when a worn die leaves raised bumps or jagged lines on the coin. These may show up on the piano keys, in the letters, or along the rim. While subtle, these errors create unique visual effects that make each flawed coin stand out, and collectors love pieces that break the mold. But here's something every coin collector knows: condition is king. Even the most amazing error won't command top dollar unless it's in excellent shape. That's why coins in mint state condition, particularly graded MS 65 or above, fetch the highest prices. These are coins with full luster, crisp details, and no wear. A high-grade error coin is where value and rarity come together, and that's when the magic happens. Over the past few years, collectors have increasingly recognized the significance of the DC quarter. With its cultural meaning, low mintage in comparison to earlier quarters, and striking design, it's quickly become one of the most sought-after coins in the Territory series. As awareness grows and more people begin to look for these rare errors, the value of certified examples continues to climb at auctions and online marketplaces. so now's the time to start searching. Go through your change, revisit your coin folders, check your rolls, and carefully inspect every District of Columbia 2009 P quarter you find. Look closely at the lettering, the piano, and Duke Ellington himself. Use a magnifier, take your time, and look for anything that seems unusual. You might just uncover a coin worth far more than its face value, and here's the part every collector dreams of. One rare example of the 2009 P District of Columbia quarter, struck with a unique error and preserved in brilliant mint state condition, has been valued at an astonishing $50,000. Yes, you heard that right, $50,000 for a single quarter that could be hiding in your change right now. If you've come across a DC quarter with something unusual or think you may have found a rare error, share it in the comments below. We love hearing your stories, and our growing collector community is always here to help identify and celebrate incredible finds. Your coin could be the next rare spotlight in one of our future videos. Last unique coin, fascinating world of the United States $quarter coin Kansas 1861 to 2005 D, a coin with a rich design, a few rare secrets, and the potential to change your collection forever, issued in 2005 as part of the U.S. Mint's famous 50-state quarters program. The Kansas quarter pays tribute to the state's admission to the Union in 1861. The reverse of this coin is both bold and beautiful. It features the American bison, symbolizing the strength and wildlife of the Great Plains, alongside the sunflower, the official state flower of Kansas. Together, these two symbols create one of the most visually iconic and meaningful designs in the entire series. It's no wonder this coin stands out among collectors, but beyond the beauty and symbolism lies something even more intriguing: rare and valuable minting errors that elevate the Kansas quarter from a circulating coin to a prized collectible. While millions of Kansas quarters were struck at the Denver Mint and bear the D mint mark, only a limited number possess mistakes that collectors dream of finding. These errors make certain Kansas quarters exceptionally desirable and incredibly valuable. One of the most talked about errors on the Kansas quarter is famously known as the "In God We Rust" error. Yes, you heard that right. On some coins, the letter T in the word trust is either completely missing or faint due to a filled die. This striking variation turns the motto, "In God We Trust," into "In God We Rust," making it one of the most recognizable and collectible errors in modern U.S. coinage. It's an eye-catching error that stands out immediately, and it's been at the center of collector conversations for years. Another rare error to be aware of is the double die, where elements of the design appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. On the Kansas quarter, this doubling can occur in areas such as the lettering around the rim, parts of the bison, or the intricate details of the sunflower. These double die examples are much rarer than standard coins and often go unnoticed by casual collectors, but when found in high-grade condition, they can be worth a small fortune. You should also keep an eye out for off-center strikes, coins that were not aligned properly during minting, resulting in a portion of the design being struck off to one side. An off-center Kansas quarter, especially one where the date and mint mark remain visible, is considered a major error and is highly sought after. These coins are unique, visually striking, and guaranteed to grab attention in any collection. And don't forget about die cracks and die chips, which appear as raised lines or bumps caused by aging or damaged minting dies. These imperfections might look minor, but they create truly unique coins. A Kansas quarter with a die chip near the bison's horn or a crack across the sunflower becomes more than just a small mistake. It becomes a rare variety that collectors will pay big money to own. When it comes to value, condition is everything. Coins with these rare errors that are also in mint state condition, particularly MS 65 and higher, are where the true treasures lie. Sharp detail, full luster, and a flawless surface can make the difference between a good find and a life-changing one. Collectors and dealers alike chase after Kansas quarters with both rarity and condition, and when those two combine, the price skyrockets. The Kansas quarter has become increasingly popular in recent years, thanks in large part to the buzz surrounding its "In God We Rust" error and the rising interest in state quarters with dramatic minting mistakes. Rare examples have appeared at coin shows and auctions, fetching impressive prices and sparking renewed interest in the entire 2005 release. This coin isn't just part of a set, it's a standalone star in the eyes of savvy collectors. Now is the perfect time to check your pockets, revisit your coin jars, and search through your quarter rolls. Pay close attention to every Kansas 2005 D quarter, inspect the motto, check the bison and sunflower, and use a magnifying glass to scan for any unusual marks, doubling, or shifted designs. You might be holding a coin that's worth more than you ever imagined, and here comes the moment that gets every collector excited: a Kansas 1861 to 2005 D quarter, struck with the rare, "In God We Rust" error and preserved in pristine mint state condition, was recently valued at an incredible $78,000. Yes, that's $78,000 for a single quarter you could have overlooked in your everyday change. If you think you found one of these rare Kansas quarters or have any unique examples in your collection, we'd love to hear about it. Drop your stories, photos, and questions in the comments below. Let's grow this collector community together and help each other uncover hidden coin treasures. And if you enjoyed this video and want more exciting content about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you're always the first to know when we spotlight another gem. Keep looking, keep learning, and always remember, your $78,000 coin might be waiting for you right now.